leading. It is Van der Velde who is second. It's Percival who is third. And Billy Siebold is down in about 6th position. And this is where, on a flying lap, these Formula One boats are doing some 125 miles an hour. C. Molinari with the sponsors riding up out of the water. This is the man in powerboat racing. Formula 2 world champion in 1973, 1976, 1980. Formula 1 world champion in 1980 and 1981. And he comes up to the SS Great Britain turn and see the lead that he has with his boat weaving under the power as he goes with clear water to complete lap 1. And in second place it is Van der Velde, the Dutchman. In third place it is Tom Percival. Fourth it is Roger Jenkins. Fifth it is Billy Siebold in the 2002 cc engine, Mercury engine boat. And at the end of the first lap, Molinari leads by 4.6 seconds. Miles an hour here it is. Front of the boat drops into the water to take the Cumberland Basin turn, which is like slamming on 4 disc brakes on a Formula 1 car. There's Van der Velde behind him. There's Tom Percival on the left in his rebuilt boat. Chris Hodges has been working nearly 24 hours without sleep to get that boat rebuilt. The engine was lost. Tom Percival engine dropped to the bottom of Stewartby, and we got news just before we came on the air that his engine had been found and passed it to Tom Percival, who will no doubt be very relieved because it's an enormously expensive works engine, and see how he's using it. Tom Percival is past Van der Velde. He's up into second place. Percival second, Van der Velde third. In fourth position, this is the battle for second. There's Percival round in the Princes Street, and coming up fast is Billy Siebold. Billy Siebold is going to take in the 2-litre engine boat, the 2002 engine. This is a terrific performance. Siebold has got up from 5th to 4th, and soon he's going to be up into 3rd position by taking Van der Velde. And Siebold is past. Look at that, that's a 2-litre engine boat passing a 3.5-litre engine boat, and it demonstrates the power is not everything in powerboat racing any more than it is in car or motorcycle racing, because if you can get the balance of power and handling right, you can win on a twisty course like this. So now, Siebold has got ahead of him. Tom Percival in second place. Renato Molinari, the leader. There he is, out of the Cumberland Basin turn, down to the SS Great Britain. And now, I do believe that Bill Siebold is catching Tom Percival. The gap between Percival and Siebold is 4.4 seconds. There is Percival, here is Siebold. And behind them, Van der Velde. Bill Siebold has already won. That's Tom Percival in the rebuilt boat. You see his name, Tom Percival, painted on the side. The whole of the boat, from the word Tom, has been completely replaced since yesterday. And that's no easy job with these heavy ply boats. New engine, of course. There is Siebold. And the next boat up would be Van der Velde as Tom Percival in second position behind Renato Molinari, the world champion. And touring past us out of the race is Roger Jenkins. Roger Jenkins is touring into the pits. There he is. That's the man who's leading the World Championship. And he's in real trouble. He's coming. He's waving as he goes into the pits. And there is Siebold. There is Siebold. And ahead of him, Tom Percival. Just imagine doing 120 miles an hour in a boat and driving into that solid wall of spray in front of you. And somehow you have to pluck up your courage, come out one side or the other, and hope to get past. But you've got to be a lot closer than Bill Siebold is to Tom Percival at the present moment. And that is Molinari. Molinari is out. The world champion, the race leader in this dramatic race is out of it. And we are on lap 12 between Percival and Seabold, who are approaching the Hotwell Road turn on their way to Cumberland Basin, and this is the battle for the lead. And they're coming up to 2 men to lap them. Alan Nimmo is now going to be lapped by Tom Percival. Number 5, Alan Nimmo in the Veldon Johnson 3.5 litre V8 engine boat, the Scotsman. And Tom Percival's got to scramble past him quickly, and Percival is closing up to his teammate Bob Spaulding, and now Seabold is right with the race leader. Tom Percival, is he going to take him? If Seabold wins this race, it will be an absolute upturn of form. It will be sensational, because and he's ahead. He's ahead of Bob Spaulding. The Percival and Spaulding boats are identical. They both wear orange helmets, but Percival still holds his lead over that man, number 190, Billy Seabold. They are on lap 13, the world champion who led from flag fall until the end of lap 10. Renato Molinari is out. Roger Jenkins, who is leading the world championship of 1982, is out. So that blowed their chances for maximum points. Tom Percival is in 4th position in the championship. Billy Seabold is not actually competing in the championship this year, except perhaps for the American race. But now, as things temporarily die down in excitement terms on lap 13, we see Percival and Seabold coming up to the SS Great Britain on their way to complete lap 13 to start the 14th and last lap but one. Percival on the right, Seabold first and second. Percival 3.5 litre engine, Seabold 2 litres plus, just plus. In 3rd position now, Arthur Moster, the Dutchman in the Veldon Johnson. In 4th position, Bob Spaulding, Tom Percival's teammate. In 5th position, Alan Nimmo. In 6th position, Carla Colombo. Lap 14, 15-lap race, first and second. It is unlikely that Seabold will have had a signal, as is regularly done in Formula One car racing, but I don't think he needs a signal. He knows, and Percival's got an advantage here. He's lapped that tail ender. Bill Seabold now does so. Down towards us, on the right, the distinctive black and gold John Player special boat of number 10, Tom Percival leads. Bill Seabold is
right down the tunnel. We can see air completely.
1.82 seconds behind him. Closer than that at the turn. Seabold uses the nimbleness of his boat to close up. Percival uses the power of his larger engine to pull away, or does he? Seabold is getting past. This is it. This is the last lap. Is Bill Seabold going to win? Mike, this is magnificent stuff. Tom Percival comes up to the Cumberland Basin turn. He shows the rough water to Bill Seabold, who got right level with him. And they're now into the last major turn. And it looks as though Tom Percival has got enough clear water between him and Bill Seabold to guarantee success. Tremendously close stuff. Now the right-hander down to the SS Great Britain. Then they burst into what you could call the finishing straight, except that it has a bit of a curve on it. And the checkered flag is out. Percival takes it. But a brilliant second place for Bill Seabold, who was only 2 seconds behind Renato Molinari in the first heat, and he was ahead of Tom Percival, who was 3rd in the first heat. So it all depends now on the accumulated times Tom Percival wins Heat 2 of the OZ World Championship Formula 1 race here at Bristol docks from only...
of the Embassy Powerboat Grand Prix, which is taking place in Bristol, in the docks there. And the race we're going to see first of all is a Formula 2 event for 2-litre catamarans for the Duke of York Trophy. Now, the race had hardly got into its stride before it had to be stopped. The commentator is Murray Walker.
Bill Seabold has completed 3 laps out of 20 in this Duke of York's Trophy event. And look at that! A terrible crash, and that's Nick Cripps, and he looks perfectly all right. Well, the rescue boats will be out now. And the boat is going down badly. He's just clipped the turn there. And that's John Hill coming up to look and see if he's all right. John Hill is diving in to save Nick Cripps. Well, John Hill has thrown away all chances of winning, and he might well have done. This is a very gallant and courageous act, and it's typical of the sort of sportsmanship you see, and it looks as though the race is being stopped. The race is being stopped with that development, with Nick Cripps having crashed his boat. John Hill immediately pulls out of the race, goes to save Cripps, not knowing that he was perfectly all right, which, as I was saying, is typical of the sportsmanship that you get in powerboat racing, and it is something that Mark Wilson did at Hanover, because Pierluigi Bonvicini, the Italian driver, crashed in a similar way to Cripps at Hanover, and without a moment's hesitation, Mark Wilson, the then World Championship leader, pulled out of the race, dived out of his boat and saved Bonvicini. And you can see how shallow the water is, because that's Cripps wading to the rescue boat after a truly dramatic incident.
Well, happily, it looked a lot nastier than it was, and the driver was okay. But, of course, the 16 boats were then reassembled and the race restarted. Now, these, of course, are the fastest 16 twin-hulled catamarans coming through from the earlier rounds of this competition for the Duke of York Trophy. And this is how the race was restarted.
With the news that Nick Cripps is perfectly okay, and what good news that is, because tragically we had a fatality here at Bristol.